Hello students, how are you all? I hope all you are fine and well. Welcome to my environmental science class. Today we will discuss about one case study on Chipko movement. So I hope you have already watched my last video on the chapter story of Amrita, and over there I have given you some hints and some fact I have shared with you where I have discussed the Chipko movement. So on this video I will show you one case study on Chipko movement, and after that I have provided some questions on that particular topic. You have to go through the case study properly and you have to answer all the questions. Okay, write it down in your classwork copy, and after completing you should send it to me. So let's start the case study. You can find one case study I have already written and you can see it on the screen. So let's start. Not many people know that over the last few centuries, many communities in India have helped to save the nature. One such is the Bishnoi community of Rajasthan. So you know that lot of people who are living in the forest or in the desert region where there are some lack of trees, or maybe there are some trees which they used to protect from the others. Okay, they love the trees, they love the animals, and they think that environmental protection is an important thing for them. They used to just protect the trees, protect the animals of that forest. One thing they have already told, it is already told in the last video, that the elders of that village where the Bishnoi tribes used to live, the Bishnoi people used to live, the elder used to say that agar ped hai to hum hai. So they used to love the tree and the animals as well as they used to protect it. So not only this community, several other communities are also there who love the trees and who protect the trees, and I hope you also love the trees. So for saving the trees they have done several movements. Among it, one important one is the Chipko movement. Okay, the original Chipko movement was started around 260 years back in the early 18th century in Rajasthan. A large group of them from 84 villages led by a lady called Amrita Devi laid down their lives in the effort to protect the trees from being felled on the orders of Maharaja of Jodhpur. On the story you have already read about Amrita Devi, how she sacrificed her life in the protection of the trees. So when the king or the Maharaja of Jodhpur in Rajasthan, he have ordered his men to cut the trees to make the palace, the people of the king, they entered the village and they went to cut the trees because the king ordered them to cut the trees for making his palace. So like that you can find that Amrita Devi with the other villagers, they have sacrificed their life in the protection of the trees. So here it is also a story about that, a large group of people from 84 villages. Okay, the surrounding 84 villages people, lot of people, okay, they supported Amrita Devi. They started to protect the trees from the king's men, and they have also sacrificed their life. The first Chipko movement, Kejarli, in 1730 AD in the Kejarli or the Kejaldi is a village of Jodhpur district of Rajasthan in India. You have heard about the Kejardi tree as well as the Kejadi village also. Okay, and from that Kejaldi village the name of the tree Kejadi is derived from, and it is located in Rajasthan. Okay, I have already shown you one map where Rajasthan is located over there, which was the capital of Rajasthan, and Jodhpur is also an important city in Rajasthan. Under near to the city, there is a place called Kejadi village where the movement already started in the year 1730 AD. In this village, 363 Bishnois led by Amrita Devi sacrificed their life in 1730 AD while protecting the Kejari trees considered sacred by the community. By hugging them, this incident was first event of Chipko movement in the recorded history. So Chipko movement already it started in the 19th century. Okay, but the original Chipko movement it started in Rajasthan in the year 1730. Okay, by the people of this Kechadi village who are known as Bishnoi, and one of their important leader was Amrita Devi. How she sacrificed her life for saving the trees, that is recorded in the history of Chipko movement. Honoring the courage of the Bishnoi community, the ruler of Jodhpur, Maharaja Abhay Singh, apologized for its mistake. And at the end, when the king found that he had done one mistake while cutting the trees, he found that lot of villagers, they have sacrificed their life to protect the trees. The king understood how trees are important to those villagers. At the end, the king ordered his men that not to cut any of the trees from the villages. Okay, because he have seen that many people sacrifice their life for saving the tree. And the king also understood the importance, and he apologized that he have done the mistake and he will not cut any further tree in this village, as well as he also ordered after that also no one will go in that village to cut the tree. So it is a small story on Chipko movement. Okay, and few of the things we have discussed in the previous video, and this case study we have already discussed in this video. So now from here you have to write down some of the questions which I have given in the next two slides. So the first question, answer the following. Bishnoi community used to live in. Where the Bishnoi community used to live? In Gujarat, in Rajasthan, in Delhi, in Bihar. So you have to write down the question and you have to write down the correct option. Before that, you should go through the video properly, as well as you should read the case study which is given in the previous two slides. The next question, Chipko movement started. When Chipko movement started? 270 years ago, 250 years ago, 260 years ago, or 275 years ago. So which was the correct option? You have to write it down. Let's see the next question. Dash villages participated in the Chipko movement. How many villages participated in the Chipko movement? 84 village, 35 village, 48 village, or 50 village. Which one is the right one? You have to write down the answer. Next question. Chipko movement was led by whom? Who led the Chipko movement? Anima Devi, Suchitra Devi, Nirmala Devi, or Amrita Devi? Who led the movement? The leader of the movement. The next question is, during this time Jodhpur was ruled. So when the Chipko movement, first Chipko movement in that Vishnoi community or in the Kejaldi village, when it started, who was the king of Jodhpur? Maharaja Aditya Singh, Maharaja Abhay Singh, Maharaja Damodar Singh, or Maharaja Digvijay Singh? So you have to write down the correct option. So I hope you will write down the answer. I have discussed about the case study in this video, and you should also write down the questions in your classwork copy. After writing the question, you should write down the correct answer, then make a PDF and send it to me. So thank you student, thank you everyone. All should stay at home and stay safe. Thank you all. Have a nice day ahead.